What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ML Art and Design. It's been a little while, but I'm finally able to present something for you guys, and this is the Prototype Studios Nightwing. Like all the other pieces in the Prototypes catalog, they're sculpted by Eric Sosa, who's a master at what he does. His technique and his style really brings these characters to life in a way that I haven't seen done before by any other company. So it's really cool. I really dig his style, and it's evident in this, just how much of a phenomenal sculptor he is. Like all the other pieces, this is a resin kit, and it has to be built and painted. It does not come assembled and painted as you see here. This is something that I did, and as usual, that I like to say with these pieces is that the great thing is that you can do whatever you want with them and whatever color scheme you so desire. This one here is a little bit more of a simpler paint job, but translates very well with the character. And we'll go into all the little details as to what was done, and the breakdown of the paints and all that other good stuff in case you want to know. I don't know how many pieces it comes with, but I do know that it's one of the more simpler kits to do. The castings are phenomenal, so there's not that much work that needs to be done. It's a great beginner kit. If you can get your hands on one, please don't hesitate to do so. Just run over to the Prototype Studios website and just snatch yourself one of these bad boys. You won't regret it. So like I was saying about the paint app and you could do whatever you want, I was given a lot of creative freedom with this one, which I'm so appreciative of Sandro, who is the person that I did this for. I want to give him a shout out for giving me that leeway and just giving me that creative freedom to do whatever I wanted to. Only thing that he suggested or that he wanted done was that he didn't want any metallics on the color scheme. I've seen this done before where the blue stripe is metallic, and that's something that he wanted to shy away from. So we went with a more matte look, but it definitely works with this character. The black areas in the uniform, I did do some highlights on all of the muscles, so it's not just a flat black and it doesn't look boring. You can see some of it being picked up in the light there, where you can see the what I used was a Payne's gray mixed with just a little hint of ultramarine blue. And then after I did all of the highlighting, then I came back with the black thinned, and then I just misted it over, and it gave it, it drops down the highlights and just pretty much makes everything flow. The blue is just, a blue straight out of the bottle, and then you start adding your different your different mixes of blues and this, that, and the other to get all the recesses, so you can see all the striations in the shoulder and under the chest here, and he's got some chest striations as well, so to give it that flow, so it's not just bland. There's some blue highlights in the hair. When I take you closer, you'll be able to see it. On the bracers on the arms and on the leg areas here, I went with like a gunmetal with just a little bit of weathering, not too much, and some washes or whatnot, and then I sealed it with Future floor polish, and that gives it like a little sheen, so it's you could differentiate it from the uniform, but not so extreme, whereas his position will be given away at night with so much light reflecting off of it. So it's really cool. Then we get to the base, which is where I think this differentiates from all the other ones that I've seen. It tends to be that when somebody does a paint up and everybody likes it, everybody goes crazy, the hype is there, people get caught up and they just want to do that one paint up, and like I said, I wanted to thank Sandro for giving me the opportunity to just go a little bit, away from that. Reason being because other painters that I've seen, the brick is red, and then you have your gargoyle area with the actual slab of concrete over here, and all the trimmings in that sandstone color. I don't envision Gotham like that. but that's just me. Those other paint ups are phenomenal. I don't have anything, negative to say about them. It's the creativity and the vision of somebody who painted that prototype, or who painted that first one that got out there and everybody saw it and they went crazy about it. So kudos to that. But me, Gotham is more gritty, more, those little, the red brick buildings to me is like a little, you see little flowers and petals and things like, you don't see that grittiness of what Gotham that I envision, that I've grown up reading comics and seeing in movies and this, that, and the other. So this is, and also growing up in New York, I got a lot of reference. I see a lot of buildings here. I see a lot of weathered, beaten down buildings, and that's what I envisioned when I did this. So the areas where you have the red brick on all the other ones, I did it in more of a lighter concrete style like I see in the buildings here. And then I did some weathering. As you can see, you see some rain deposit streaks, and on the gargoyle, all the crevices and everything, all the washes that went into it. It's just a mixture of different browns and sandstones and things of that nature. So I feel that it really worked out very well, and it gives it that little extra, grittiness to let it flow. Let's say if you want to put this with your Batman collection, and everything is on a gargoyle that's dark gray and this, that, and the other, and then you got a red brick building. It just doesn't float for me. So, I wanted to do something a little different. I was given the green light, and, here we have the end result. On the inside, I just went with a color that flows with it, but not too much to take away from the front, which is where the focal point is. Then you have the batons that he uses, and those are just painted in flat aluminum from Tamiya. Skin tones, I've gone over it before. I have different processes for different things, and just a regular black base. And I think that pretty much gives you the whole idea of what the kit is. The only one little thing that I have, and it's a minor gripe, but it is what it is. I wish that the batons would have been in metal or cast, or giving you like a little metal rod. Reason being is that it's two pieces and they go into the hand, and I have a pin on each one going in, and they are centered, but because it's resin, not all of it is completely straight. You could heat it up and get it to be straight. I try to do it as best as I could, but if you're building it yourself, you may get a little frustrated where one is straight and the other one is kind of like, maybe when you look at it straight, kind of like bending in a little bit. So it's like a little bit of a bend as opposed to just straight. And if it was a solid rod, then you could just drill out the hand and put it in all the way through, and then you have it. I believe that a friend of mine who's a fellow painter, his name is John Feachy, he's got a channel, Vinceville Customs. I believe he did a metal rod on the buildup that he did. But in any case, that's my only minor little thing that I if that would have been included in the kit, it would have been great. I don't know how to do metal work, but if I did, that would be the one change that I would do. Guys, I want to take you in a little closer. You can see the detailing a little bit better, and we'll wrap up Nightwing. Alright guys, here we are, a little bit closer in on Nightwing. Wanted to give you guys a closer look so you can see more of the detail that went into the piece, and give them a quick spin around a little closer so you could see, as you can tell, the uniform, like I said, with the blacks and the blue in there, to really not just make it so much of a bland paint app where it's just all black. You can see the blue highlights in there, and then of course the gargoyle and the base there. You see all the weathering that went in and everything else. So yeah, like I said, it's a very fun piece. It's not that hard of a build if you want to dive in to what is the kit building scene, and you want to have a nice little kit to get to learn with. I really recommend this one. It's a home run. Once it's done, you know, the satisfaction that you get from taking something, you know, that's just a plain piece of resin and, you know, getting the outcome, it's very satisfying. So, you know, dive in, give it a shot, and yeah, man, if you have any questions, as usual, please don't hesitate to, you know, reach out. Email is at the beginning of the video and at the end as well. And also, you can always just shoot me any messages through here, through Facebook or Instagram I have as well. All right, guys, so until next time, take care.